we're gonna try to diagnose some of the issues that we have by ourselves rather than paying the high dollar price at Ferrari. Fun fact, remember that I told you guys earlier that we do not think our front lift system works? Well, in fact, it does work. We replaced the hard line off the distribution box under the front of the car and we thought that it got air in the system. Turns out it didn't. I ended up using it today, and with the front system up, you can kind of see we have like 2 or 3 inches of clearance, and we're actually just able to slip the arms underneath the car. That's a pretty big plus considering we don't need to jack this car up or go on any wood blocks or anything. Pretty happy that it worked out. We've done it once, we've done it a million times. We have to go ahead and take apart the front end of the system, take off the front bumper, which is gonna suck considering we finally got everything back on the car. But what we're gonna be chasing down today is we're gonna be trying to put in these front crash sensors. We're trying to diagnose the airbag issue currently. The airbags went off, we replaced the airbags, we replaced all the seatbelt jams, we replaced all that stuff, and we even replaced the airbag ECU. I thought that alone would be enough to clear the system, but because we don't have these crash sensors plugged in, the car still thinks the car is cracked. If my memory serves me correct, when I tried to plug these in before, the plugs didn't fit. I'm on the phone with Ryan from Exotic Auto Cycling today, so if they don't work, we're gonna talk to him. But in the best case scenario, we can take all this stuff apart, plug in these 2 sensors, and with these crash sensors in, it should clear the whole entire airbag system issue. And then clearing that up might also fix some other electrical issues around the car. Because as I told you guys in the video where we went to the dealership, Ferrari said that because you guys remade the harness, that it could be causing resistance somewhere in the lines. That's what Ferrari said, but I've also talked to a bunch of people who rebuild Ferraris and they all said, yeah, that's what Ferrari will say, but it can be done before. It's not that complicated. So we're gonna be kind of just doing some trial and error today and trying to figure out what the next best step is before fully committing and spending $6,000 on a brand new harness. Right here is the crash sensor, or one of the 2 crash sensors, and these go on both of the frame rails of the car coming underneath the headlights. One right here, and then there's one on the other side. Here are the crash sensors that we got. The reason why we never plugged these in is because we never found where they were supposed to plug into. Now we're realizing these are supposed to go here, but they are not the same style. So that's kind of a relief in my opinion, because that means it wasn't something that we necessarily did wrong. It was just we got the wrong shipment of crash sensors, which is good because that means when we get the new ones, we can plug them in, everything should work just fine. And here's the other side, and it is the same side. So that's kind of a relief. We'll just get the right plugs, overnight them, and all should be good. I'm gonna interrupt today's video to say thank you to our sponsor, Simply Safe. In the last week, I've installed a new security system called Simply Safe for the warehouse. We upgraded the system and we added more stuff, so we ended up switching with them, and I've really been enjoying it. It's really easy to set up and it's really easy to use. All the sensors and all the cameras take only seconds to do, and my favorite thing that we've done is we added new sensors to every single door in the entire shop, so that whether I'm here alone or we're here with people or we're expecting people, there's a door chime that rings every time a door is open, and you barely notice them, and they're hidden in all the corners of the doors, so that when you open it, it makes a chime and it alerts you, and that goes to your home base system. And this is what makes all the noises when the door opens. And beyond all that, they have good and fair, honest prices, and there's no hidden contracts or anything like that. So it's a little bit more comforting having a security system that doesn't lock you into a super long deal that you don't know how long you're gonna be in a certain place. My 3 favorite devices that the security system comes with is cameras. They have smoke detectors, which I actually have a couple in the shop just in case a fire ever starts or anything like that, we're always covered. And you have a video doorbell. So this sits outside, so when someone comes to our door now, they don't like try to open our doors. They hit the button, it alerts us, and we can actually see them as they're standing outside. If there's any alert for a break-in, Simply Safe immediately contacts the police, so they always kind of have that 24-hour surveillance coverage, which is something I personally love. It helped me sleep just that much better at night. If you guys want to learn more about Simply Safe, go to simplysafe.com/TJ Hunt to learn more, or check the links in the description. Thank you so much for Simply Safe for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back to the normal programming. So right now that we know that our sensors that we have for the car are incorrect, so we're gonna get new ones coming. So that will easily solve our airbag issue. The next issue that I actually realized I haven't told you guys about, I've recently noticed that my right side of toggles don't work for the car. On the left side, all those buttons work, but on the right hand side, this is what you use to control the radio, do volume, and there's extra like control knobs. None of these buttons work. That's an issue. I don't know how to take this apart. I haven't found anything online on how to take this apart. Apparently Calvin just found that there's 2 screws underneath there. One screw, but my guess is that doesn't release all this. My guess is that we're gonna have to take apart this glove box, take apart this dash piece, spend about 30 minutes taking all this stuff out, then get to the back of this. Our hope is that that behind this is a plug, and that hopefully the plug is just undone. Maybe when Exotic Auto Recycling had this and they were taking the part of the pieces and sending it to Ferrari, maybe they unplugged it and we just never plugged it back in, or maybe it is plugged in and the wires are going somewhere and we're gonna have to figure out how to get this to work. I'm not quite sure. First things first that we're gonna try and figure out is how to get this thing off.
Tomorrow.
I ended up stopping yesterday because we didn't have the crash sensors, but I just saw the FedEx guy drive around and hopefully he should be delivering us the new crash sensors for the airbag. Let's go. When we plug this in, this will be the do or die. Not really, but I'll be super stoked if this fixes our airbags. I'm gonna make you guys a promise right now. If I plug these sensors in and the airbag lights go away, meaning the airbags are working properly, I am gonna drive this car home for the first time. So if it doesn't work right away, that doesn't necessarily mean that we didn't fix the problem. When we plug in these sensors, I have a guess that the issue will automatically fix itself because we have a new ECU, we have all the airbags, the system should be able to communicate and everything should work. And I think that the car will be smart enough, what we've learned so far, it has been smart enough that it can clear itself. If it doesn't, I still may need to go to Ferrari and they might need to do the factory reset, which they weren't able to do last time because I didn't have these sensors in. But if it does clear itself right now, because I just plugged in that one and the other one, I'm gonna start it up. If it does clear itself, I'm gonna be so happy right now. I'm gonna be so pumped. We might get lucky, we might not. Place your bets. Also keep in mind the interior is all pulled apart at the moment, so it looks ugly in here, but I swear I'm gonna be putting it back. But wow, that looks really ugly. Fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed. I'm gonna put this in, let it run for 10 seconds. There's gonna be an airbag light right there. If that goes away, the suspense is growing. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Ah, we're still getting an airbag failure warning. I really thought that would fix our issue. I still need to make a trip to Ferrari and I need to have them plug in their super secret OBD2 read or whatever it is and have them reset the airbag warning. But we do have the sensors now. That is in. That's a big plus. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time and try to chase this button malfunction a little bit more, but either or, I have the plugs. I'm happy with that right now.
Do I look cool right now?
You look like something.
I feel like I look cool.
You look like something.
Kind of bummed the airbag thing didn't work. I contacted all of my Ferrari contacts and they all said, you just probably have to go into Ferrari and have them reset it. And of course, I gave them a call and they're like, we're booked solid for a week. And there's literally nowhere else you can physically go to get what I need done other than Ferrari. There's a Ferrari in San Diego and there's a Ferrari in Newport, which is like 2 hours away, and that's just too far to like drive this car and I don't want to trailer it, so we gotta sit and be patient. Fortunately, we're not gonna drive it home today, but I think we can fix it. It is what it is. Next, Calvin and I are just diving this a little bit deeper, and we're just simply checking to see if this thing is plugged in. It's unlikely that it isn't plugged in, but we're just ruling out the most obvious stuff first. And if that doesn't work, Calv, I don't know what we're gonna do to solve that issue. We just have to chase the wires, but it's just gonna be a nightmare.
I don't know what, even if we did chase the wires, I have no idea how to go about like thinking about that.
Yeah, I don't
I don't even know.
Like that like dives into some like shit that I was hoping we wouldn't have to deal with, you know?
I have no idea.
I guess if anyone in the comments knows anything, you guys are always like a great source of information, so like I'm always down to hear what you guys have to say, but hopefully it doesn't get to that point.
I'll pull with you. Okay, no.
Where are we? Are we going straight up?
I'm trying to go up. See how close I am?
No.
This is what real heroes look like, boys. We finally got that top dash piece off, and we're not able to get this piece off because you have to like take apart literally the whole entire car. And all we're trying to check to see is if this is plugged in. And right now, Calvin is being a hero and is sacrificing his right arm to try and feel back there. We also did like the selfie trick where you put the camera towards the bottom and you try to, you can like see. So that leads to an issue
that.
Like, I couldn't touch it very well, but it's for sure.
Okay, I mean, if it's plugged in, I mean, that answers our question. I was just trying to like think of like the easy things that it could be wrong because
I see wires going into it, yeah. So there's that one.
if we had 12 on one, does that mean at least some of the buttons
Yeah,
would
you're
work?
getting power. 12 volts.
You're getting 12 volts.
So you're getting 12 volts to the switch.
So the switch isn't working or it's not talking to something.
Yeah. Or it is getting power, but the switch is just not functioning properly. Or it's not plugged in at the tip there.
At the tip here. But in order to get this out, we need to get this.
We spent the last 45 minutes to an hour taking apart this whole entire interior.
It's gone.
It hurt to take all of this apart.
We're making a race car now. Roll cage. Comment down below. Roll cage.
That actually would be kind of cool to cage this. No, it wouldn't. Okay. Regardless, we took everything apart just to get to that one control panel. This was the clip that went to it, and the first thing we did is that Calvin stuck in the multimeter and checked for 12 volts through any of the pins, and we were able to get 12 volts out of a couple of them. They're really hard to get the pins in there because there's really no room, but we were able to get 12 volts out of some of them, which at least tells us that a couple of the buttons should have worked.
Something should have
Done something. We got nothing from our buttons, which initially seems like a bad thing, but it actually is a good thing.
It's easier.
The fact that we know that we're getting power from this plug means that
Wires work. And
the wires work.
If the wires don't work, we would have to chase it like we did the front harness. But here, taking apart this whole dash is something that shouldn't be done. Like, it's not worth doing.
The next thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to see if I can purchase, well, our thought is that the switch is dead. I don't know how we would check the switches, but we would check to see if those switches are dead. Or I can have Ryan from Exotic Auto Recycling just send us a new like switch panel, and if it doesn't work, we can just send it back, and if it does work, sweet, we'll just buy it and install it.
You know enough about electronics to look at a motherboard and see if there's any burnt resistors. All the connections look good, so the next thing to try is these LEDs should turn on if you flip the
Headlights on. Yeah. So Calvin's gonna reconnect the battery. Oh shit. It immediately went on. Here. Well, that's odd. I did not expect that to turn on.
So this is fine. I don't want to bridge any of these connections, so I should be careful.
I'm gonna try to let this.
Do you see the volume doing anything?
No, I'm trying to like get through all the play with it. No, nothing's happening.
Oh, dead resistor. Weird.
Try the other one. Try a couple more.
This one's good here.
The other one worked though, right? Can you test more without fucking anything up?
I need to unplug it, or we need to turn the car off.
Are you sure that every resistor would?
Yes. Every resistor has to be continuous for it to get power.
So with that information, you can confirm, or we could assume that that motherboard's somehow fried.
Well, the motherboard itself is not fried, but the resistors that are not continuous are not good.
Can we take it somewhere to get fixed, or do you just have to order a new one?
It's not worth.
You're better off just like buying a new piece. I don't know how much it would cost if you took that to like, I was gonna say Radio Shack, but I don't even think Radio Shack exists anymore, nor would you take something like this to Radio Shack, but
no, well,
or the Geek Squad at Best Buy.
The idea is
I don't know.
It can.
We should just have one stand here and plug it in and see if it works. This is the biggest L we've taken so far with the car.
Ow! Ooh, you guys fucking heard that because it hurt.
Airbag light didn't go away. It was a fail, but it can be fixed, and we were not able to, after like taking all this apart, we weren't able to figure out why our button isn't working, just for something so silly and so small. But
you know, it's an interesting experiment. You know how the airbags didn't work? What if we shook the thing really hard and the airbags went off? Then we would know for sure. No? Okay, all right. I'll just.
Calvin has, before I end today's video, Calvin has something he would like to share with you guys.
Oh, I have some bad news. I get a lot of comments saying, hey, where's the 240?
This video is full of bad news.
It's just bad news. This is a bad news video. We should just put, like, you know, that Snapchat filter over my face. I have some bad news. You guys keep asking about the 240, what's happening with it? I got rid of it. Now, okay, don't hate me. I know the 240 is awesome, but I have something else that is, I feel like, better to put money into. It's my stream. I sold the 240, now I'm gonna invest in the stream and have it do awesome shit, and then eventually we'll get a different project car. Something that
We have a rise on something.
yeah. So long story short, the 240 was supposed to be something, but something fell through and it really bummed me out. That's why I don't want to work on it anymore.
We can say that, or we can't say exactly what it is.
We can't say what it is, but something fell through and we couldn't do what I wanted, so I don't want it anymore. There's something that we for sure can do if my stream does really well for me and we get that going. A YouTube channel, I'm starting that as well. We're changing, well you'll know.
In the links below.
I'm gonna start uploading there. We're gonna do all these sort of things, but getting rid of the 240 is the first step to get on the road to a new build.
Should we tell them who got it? 240? It's already gone.
It's already gone. It's already gone. But don't worry, it's in good hands. Should we say?
Mickey, the bearded man, just finished his RX-7, the finished project. Ever since Calvin's picked up that 240, Mickey's always had his eyes on it, and then he saw us do the SR20, and then he helped a little with the SR20, and we did the different trends, and the sub frame, and the diff, and then we did the 5 lug swap, and Mickey was like, that's such a cool car. Like when I was, I don't know, was it Mickey like 20 or something when that was popular? He was like our age when that car was at its peak.
30,000 years ago.
30,000 years ago, and he just like always loved that car.
And now
Mickey bought it. Yeah, Mickey bought it.
He wants to build it. They're gonna drift it like I never did.
Yeah, it's actually over there.
It's beautiful. They took the big wing off, not the wing, like the rear wing.
Took the wiener off. It's off. It's gone.
We can't say that. Family friendly Christian channel, Tej.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's gone. If you guys want to follow that build, you guys know where to find the Throttle YouTube channel. I think gonna do like a mad drift spec, LZ spec, drift spec, FD spec. They're just gonna make a cool drift car out of it.
And this weekend they might go drift it, actually.
Yeah, we're trying to get them to come with us this weekend to go drifting, which would be pretty cool. But they're also probably gonna be doing a giveaway car on that. So if you guys are interested in checking out that giveaway on it.
They are giving away my car. So if you want my previous wiener,
check the link down below.
Yeah,
I'll put all the information there. You guys can go check it out and figure out what you want to do. But this was the worst news video we've had.
All bad news.
So it was all bad news. This video was all bad news.
Ferrari's broke. We can't get the airbag. We can't drive it home today. The radio. We can't listen to tunes. 240's gone. All the bad news.
It's just a bad day. That being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
There's no peace. There's no peace.
There's no peace out. Keep moving forward. It's just
rip and keep moving forward.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Check out this premium condensation. As much as this is a good thing, we're gonna change it out. Here we have the new Tom's taillight. This is essentially Miley's new booty cheek. Let's go install it.